I'm Olivia Bailey, and if you're seeing me right now, you're probably watching EHC-TV on Comcast Cable, or you might be listening to WEHC 90.7. Whether you're hearing or seeing me right now, I'm glad you're tuned in today. My guest is Chip Wintringham, an ENH men's tennis player. Thank you, Chip, for being on the set.
Appreciate you having me.
So, can you please tell me how you got your start in tennis to end up here at Emory Henry?
I started playing, my first organized tennis was in 7th grade. And I just kind of took it up as a hobby, played on the middle school tennis team, and then it just kind of grew from there, and I started playing a lot more in high school and got real into it, and then I ended up here. So.
I know tennis is a pretty difficult sport. I was in indoor racket sports. I can barely handle a racket, so I have a lot of respect for anyone who can play tennis. So the transition this year, you guys have gotten a new coach this year, and so you've had a lot of success. Can you please talk about this season and what you went throughout the season so far?
Yeah, we definitely have had a good season. The success is due to a lot to our new coach. He's very big on conditioning. So by the time the first match came around, we were very in shape and ready to play. Also, our doubles has been very strong for us, and that's gotten us ahead in most of our matches and able to give us confidence going into singles.
So you've talked about some individual stuff like conditioning and some double stuff as far as matches go. Can you talk about what your method has been individually in getting prepared for this season?
I guess it was just getting in shape, which was it helps a lot when you have to run around for a few hours and play matches, but also just getting mentally prepared and just realizing it's a long season. It's pretty much as soon as we get back from Christmas break and all the way through the end of school. Just being mentally prepared and being ready to handle all the matches, all the travel, and all that stuff.
So this is your senior season, so the last time that you'll be playing tennis, so I guess I would assume that you're really happy about the way the season has gone so far. Can you kind of talk about some of the goals that you have for ending up the season and what you look for the team to prepare on next year?
13-5 is pretty good going into this point of the year. We do have one match to finish against Bridgewater, and that will be a huge match for us if we can win that one. And then we'll have a first-round match at home of ODAX, and we need to win that one. Have a bunch of fans out there, show them that we're a pretty good team, and hopefully go into the conference semifinals after that and perform well and maybe make a run at the ODAC title this year.
That's exciting to hear from anyone who's an Emory Henry Athletics fan, having such a great record and a chance at winning the ODACs. I know that Myra Sims, the new athletic director, is really concentrating on getting Emory Henry athletic teams up in the top half of the ODAC. So can you talk about your preparation for that and what you guys are expecting to see in this ODAC tournament?
We're looking at either the 3 or the 4 seed right now, which means we'll play either the 5 or the 6 seed in the first round of the tournament. We've played both of those teams, whoever they may be, and all we've lost to is Guilford, Washington, and Lee, and they're not going to be in that spot. So that said, the teams we're going to play we've already beaten. So we will be confident going into that match, whoever it's against, and we feel like we should be able to beat them.
And I'm really excited to hear about that, and can't wait to watch some of those matches ending up. Let's talk about you as a student here at Emory Henry. Very involved in some of the activities on campus. Staying in sports, you're an athletic training major. Can you talk about some of the things that you do as an athletic training major?
First of all, it's a lot of time. And it's a lot of hard work, and I didn't really understand that coming in to that major. I do understand it a lot now. It's fun working with athletes. I definitely enjoy working with different teams. I'm with baseball and spring football right now. It's nice just interacting with a lot of people that I wouldn't get to see on a regular basis. It's very difficult, but it's very worth it. I'm going to grad school next year at UVA, and I feel like the program here is preparing me well for that.
That's a big accomplishment. UVA is a great school to be at. Can you talk about some of the things that you'll experience there and some of the preparation that this program is set for you in the coming years?
Yeah, the goal of the program is for every senior to sit for the Board of Certification exam, which I've got in about 10 days. And then that's what the program basically prepares you for, is to be a certified athletic trainer coming out of college. And it helps me a lot for UVA because I'll be assigned to a team, one of the Wahoo teams, and I get to work with them hands-on pretty much every day next year. It's very exciting. I'm looking forward to it a lot, and I feel like I'm ready for that.
So eventually, I talked to another athletic training major earlier in one of my interviews, and he talked about some of the things that athletic training majors can do after college. What do you expect to do after coming out of grad school?
I would like to get a job at a college as an athletic trainer and work my way up to a head athletic training position, preferably at a larger school. Not saying I don't love it here, but I would like to work at a large school where I can focus on just a few teams. I know a lot of my classmates are going the physical therapy route. Some are going into strength and conditioning, things like that. But I'm definitely interested in doing athletic training for my profession.
Well, I think it's funny that you're going to UVA. Knowing you personally, I know that you're a Duke fan. So how is that relationship going to be sports-wise?
I guess I'll just have to avoid the UVA Duke games, or just not watch them with my classmates or something. But it'll be all right. It's not like I'm going to Carolina or anything and have to choose for sure.
So now becoming a Wahoo. Ending up, I always like to ask my athletes about some of their experiences here at Emory and Henry and some of the traditions. I know this is a school rich in tradition. What are some of your favorite traditions here at Emory and Henry?
I already see a new one happening with the pranks on the new statues outside of the library. That one's kind of funny. But for sports-wise, for tennis-wise, the Hilton Head trip every year is something I'll always look back on with good memories. A lot of fun times, a lot of good matches, and it's just fun to spend time with your teammates outside of school and outside of this area.
Can you talk about some of the Hilton Head memories that you might have, if there's one in particular that you might have in mind?
I can think of one from my freshman year. It was probably the best tennis match I've ever played. It was just one of those days when every athlete knows one of those days you're in the zone and everything goes right for you, and I still remember that one pretty well, even though it was freshman year.
Awesome. Well, we wish you the best of luck in the rest of your season. I'm sure a lot of us will be keeping up with your ODAC trips and everything that you guys will be doing. So I wish you the best of luck, the tennis team the best of luck, and thanks for joining me.
Appreciate you having me.
You've been listening to this sports interview on Emory and Henry Reports on EHC-TV. You can find us on Comcast Cable Channels 70 and 95 on Wednesday and Thursday nights at 7. Thanks for joining me, Olivia Bailey, for this sports interview.